Today at diet4dollar.com we're going to take a look at some proper portion sizing for your total body transformation diet. A couple of items that we're going to be looking at today are 22 ounce of 93% lean beef that we'll break down into 4.5 ounce servings. We also have 18 ounces of Atlantic salmon here that we'll break down to 6 ounce servings. In its raw state, the beef will yield around 190 calories, 26 grams of protein, 0 carbs, and about 9 grams of fat, whereas the salmon in a 6 ounce serving is going to be about 350 calories, 36 grams of protein, 0 carbs, and about 24 grams of fat. We're going to be using our food scale here that I currently have set up to weigh in ounces. And whenever I'm weighing raw servings like this, I like to use a disposable plate just so to avoid any sort of cross-contamination. Next, we'll start by forming our portion sizes. First, we'll zero out the scale to get an accurate reading of the portion sizes by putting the plate on and turning it on. Next, we'll begin to start forming our portion sizes here. And again, for the beef, we're going to be using about 4.5 ounces per serving. And here we've got just under 4 ounces, just a little bit more. There we go. So there's one 4.5 ounce serving. Since we've taken the time to weigh out specific portions here for the patties, I also like to mix in some additional spices just to liven things up a little bit. For example, I've got crushed red pepper. I like to get a little bit of that on there for the heat that it offers. And also some chili powder as well, just to liven things up a little bit. Makes it taste a little better than just your standard old hamburger. And with that, our patties are ready for grilling, and we'll have a handful of meals that we'll be able to get out of these. And next up is our salmon, which is a little more difficult to weigh out here initially and work with. But what we'll do is eyeball a couple of cuts for it here. And again, we're going to shoot for basically 6 ounce cuts on this one, which again is going to yield about 350 calories, 36 grams of protein, no carbs, and about 24 grams of fat. So now we'll take a look to see how well we did portioning up the salmon here. Our first piece looks to be about 4.5 ounces, so a little light on that one there. And our second fillet, about 7.25, so a little heavy on that one. And finally, our last one there, just over 6. So that's about the size that we're shooting for that time. But again, the thickness of the entire salmon fillet makes it a little more difficult to get them dialed right in. But that's the fillet that we're looking for. So as you can see, with just a few minutes of prep time here, we've been able to come up with 8 significant high protein sources here in adequate portions that we can use over the next 24 hours or so. Obviously you want to start with the fish before anything else to make sure that that doesn't wait around too long. But we'll be cooking up the burger patties here, and we'll be able to have those for the next few days. And be sure to stay tuned for upcoming videos that we'll be having, outlining more recipes, more food portion sizes, and everything else that you need for your total body transformation at www.diet4dollar.com.